All right. Now we got some NBA to finish up on. Trade deadline is passed. Holy shit.
I want to hear your take on this. So I saw that when I was looking into some of this shit, Jay Crowder got traded twice in like a 24-hour span. Or like a third.
I think it was like
it was something
48 minutes.
It was like 40,
ridiculous.
It was like close together.
Ridiculous. But what did you think about that? Like honestly, it's not just that. The question's more so like the Brooklyn Nets. They shipped 2 guys out that I guess everybody was kind of like expecting in a way.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they expected them to move on from them within that time frame.
Yeah.
Like, maybe we hang on to KD until the end of the year and get rid of him.
Yeah,
Nope. Gone. What do you think about their haul back? What do you think about? Because I feel like there was nothing else they could do.
Nah, yeah, 100%. First, I'd like to start off. I was even shocked that Kyrie wanted to trade.
I wasn't.
It's not that
In the first place?
Don't get me wrong. Like,
I don't think his head's in the right spot. Because if you're looking at, like, your opportunity to win, especially the way they were playing. But what if the way they were playing, bro? Especially when they started kicking up the way you were saying last week.
Yeah.
Right? Like, the way they were upticking and on their route to just doing better and having a better basketball team and just a franchise. And
I just want to add something.
it seemed like right when they got there, Kyrie's like, yeah, I'm out. Get me out of here.
It's
like,
crazy that they're like a top seed and they're just going to like drop dramatically.
Right.
They could surprise me.
But from what I was reading, though, it's going to be basically impossible for them to miss the playoffs. So it's like they're basically stuck in a no man's land of like, what the fuck do we do?
Shitty. Like
they got to be
really
they have to be god awful.
They got to lose out the rest of the season
to not make the playoffs. And even if they don't even have control of their own pick. So there's kind of incentive for them to do a little better. It's weird. They're in a weird spot, man.
If I was actually, let's tackle on the Jay Crowder situation. First of all, I'd like to say Jay Crowder is no fucking role model, role player, star player to be ever asking an organization, yo, I want this, not even this amount of money. I would like this under my terms. Most likely it came down to money, even if it did, right? You're entitled to your own opinion. You feel me?
Sure.
You're entitled to your own worth of what you bring to the table.
Sure.
Right? Mm-hmm. So they were probably talking extensions and they weren't meeting eye to eye. No player like Jay Crowder
should be asking.
Should even sit out. Should even sit out for a whole season just because
the way that he just did because you're not happy.
If anything, you should want to prove to them more that you're worth that.
Yeah.
It's really interesting,
a role player, bro.
It's interesting to see, like, when I was reading about this, like, the angles that the press takes. Because obviously they're siding with Jay Crowder. They're siding with they're not really siding with Kyrie, actually. They're kind of against Kyrie. It's weird how you read certain angles that they have, and it's, like, universal. Because I tried reading a different article. I was like, this is very slanted.
Yeah.
Same shit.
Every article is going to have a different perspective to it.
Same shit. No, it was very similar perspectives. Very similar. When I read anything about NBA, it was really weird. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
100%.
But it's almost the same shit with NFL, MLB. It's just I know who to look for in MLB when I'm reading, like, trying to read up in 35, 40 minutes for basketball. I was like, all right, well, 15, 20 minutes in, I was like, well, I have everything I need, and I think that but anything else I read is just going to be the same repetitive fucking narrative that they all keep saying. I don't know where the good information is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have that source to go to.
Yeah, and we touched base on it last time where all these players are just thinking, they want more money, more this, more that, and they're entitled to all of this.
Getting now to, like, no offense to, like, pro players, but it's getting ridiculous now.
I don't think that's offensive. I think they need to hear that.
I know, but like players are getting their way with everything.
Yes, and it's not right. And it's every sport. It's not right.
Look at this guy, the 76ers, Korkmaz, asking for a trade. Who the fuck are you, dude? Who the fuck are you?
You're a fucking like 8-man rotation.
You're not even the top 10 big man.
But if it works for him, like
league.
Think about his mindset.
It didn't work for him because he didn't get traded.
Think about his mindset. Like if it works, it fucking, you know what I mean? Fuck him. But
no, 100%.
I agree.
I understand.
I think we should dive into that. Fuck it. This is sport wide.
Yeah.
I think this is like
politics,
really,
I guess you can say.
Sport politics, yeah, sure. But like, this is important, man. I really think that because we were talking about it last time. Like, how are these teams even turning profits with the numbers and whatnot? Like these TV deals, the numbers seem like they're being plucked out of fucking.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. NBA games are become outrageously expensive.
Oh yeah,
outrageous.
Yes,
I remember when sitting in the middle of half court, maybe like a little higher, probably like $300.
My future father-in-law was inviting me to a Nets game, but was like, "You need to buy the tickets next to us." I was like, "Yeah, no." No, I was like, "You can invite me when you have your season tickets." I was like, "No."
Fuck no.
Are you kidding?
ridiculous?
In
Like,
Brooklyn though?
bro, I tried to go to a Brooklyn
Nah.
Celtics game to be up
bro.
in the rafters, right?
$600.
KD would probably be look like he's 5'10" down there.
The tickets I was looking at
Probably
were
like
$450.
$200, $300.
The tickets I was looking
Insane.
at to be next to him were $450, $500.
Yeah, that's insane, bro.
You know what I mean?
Insane.
But
You
that's
get-
untenable, and you're talking about just a basketball game. It was not a playoff game. It wasn't close to the All-Star break.
That's what I'm
It
saying.
was
Those
just a
are-
game.
Those are pretty good playoff tickets for the MLB postseason ticket. $450 to $500.
Mhm.
But even then, I find that untenable. And it's
Nah.
but so
No way.
continuing. I mean, Zach, I'd love to hear your opinion. Like you're like a layman, in my opinion, on sports. A layman or almost there. If you don't know what a layman is, just someone who's kind of casually watching, doesn't really care one way or the other. So when we go to the Yankee game, is it like annoying to pay the price?
Like ticket wise?
Yeah, sure.
No, not
And
really.
and just everything else too.
I mean-
like talking about concessions, talking about the
Take it as
the cost
well,
of
take it as
parking, the
the-
cost of transit.
put it as
everything.
last season. The games we went to
Like
last
when we went to.
season.
I don't. I mean, the tickets are pretty fine compared. If you see baseball tickets, I don't think it's like you see basketball tickets. They're way more.
I don't think that
Football, way
baseball
more.
is on the same level as football and basketball at this point. And
Yeah, in America,
football,
But I don't even
you
think
get
football
decent
tickets are that
seats.
expensive.
but the thing is, football has a reason to be more expensive. There's only 17 games in a season.
oh yeah, definitely. But I
Right,
don't even
so,
think
like-
football games are that expensive.
They're not, but if you want seats where you could see the people, it is
Exactly.
expensive.
Like-
Like because getting the seats that you can't see shit, they're not that expensive because you can't see shit. It's the ones that you can see that are expensive.
Baseball, you could sit up.
Baseball, you could
you
sit
could
up
just sit
tall and
with
you
the
could
whole
still
thing.
Pretty
see.
good.
The whole
Like
thing.
yeah, you're a little behind because the sound and the sight doesn't travel.
Even
as
the outfield
fast,
is a
but-
pretty good seat.
right.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. You can go almost anywhere in the baseball stadium and you could see. In the basketball stadium, I assure you, is pretty
It's
similar.
It's.
I mean,
I feel like baseball up top is way better than being a up top.
Up top in basketball?
I like up top.
Up
but
top
I
in
feel like
baseball
I feel
is
like
the best.
I feel like
I love
being
it.
up top or far away in football is impossible.
Yeah, no,
It's impossible.
I don't like it. It's just
It's impossible.
I feel like
But
the game is more
regardless,
stagnant.
What?
regardless, the prices
I
are
feel like the
still
game's
like
more
not
stagnant
great.
for me. It's
You're
not-
still paying $25-$30 a ticket when in reality that should be like a $3, $4, $5 ticket to sit in the fucking back in the nosebleeds.
Should be like a $15 ticket.
You know what I mean? No, in reality,
we gotta
Mets,
be able to see 'em
the Mets
throw
should
the
be
ball.
cheap.
The Mets
It should be
have-
cheap. Like that should
We
be
went
for
to
like
a
the
Mets
middle
and
school
Phillies
kids,
game.
bro.
Four
Those were
tickets.
good seats.
4 tickets. We were in right field up top. Like not
We were
really up
behind,
top.
like
we were
first base.
Yeah, we were behind. We were on the first baseline up top by like the foul pole, bro. Those tickets were like I think
We paid like $20,
like $20 each,
or a little bit less.
or yeah, a little bit less, $20 each.
I think it was 16.
I think
The
it was
deal
Might
that
have
we
been
got,
18.
the deal
Yeah.
that we got
With
at
the
the
fee.
Yankee Stadium wasn't bad either.
Yeah, we paid. how
We
much
looked at it
pay?
yesterday. It was
$18
$18.
for where we
$18
sat.
for 4 tickets.
And we sat like
$18
right,
each. $18 each.
You'll
for
pay
4
more to
tickets.
get food there than your ticket.
And that's what I
And
find
transit?
like the
Yeah.
biggest problem. But
Well,
then
we
you go
drove
to
there.
Like, have you been to a Yankees postseason game?
No.
Whoa,
No,
whoa,
not yet.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, so generally speaking, I go every year. They go. I go at least one. So just to get the tickets, at minimum $100,
Yeah.
and that's what I get. I get the minimum ticket basically. I get a $110, $120 ticket. But you go and you buy the beer there, and it's double the regular
Oh,
season
yeah.
price. When you go in the postseason, it's double. But not just beer, the fries, the chicken, the burger, everything is fucking double. So you're talking about an $18 burger.
Yeah.
You're talking about, I think it's like a $28 beer or a $24 beer.
Something like that. I
It's
think it's like 24, but
ridiculous.
it's in the 20s. You're paying
But
like
it's
$20.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
In the postseason, it's wild, man. And yeah, like how do you even as a fan who's not like I'm not even considering myself financially like great or stable or whatever, but
yeah.
I'm not terrible, and it's
Yeah.
still annoying to go to a Yankees game.
Don't even let you bring in a water bottle.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Right? If I was allowed to bring my
Yeah.
6-pack, it would be no problem.
Yeah. But like they don't want you to bring
But
in a
really,
water bottle.
though,
People
I
need
know, I
waters.
know.
But really though, because I'm going to spend $8 or $9 on a 6-pack and bring it in, and then I buy the ticket. I'll buy an
Like-
$80 ticket then.
The Sani water's like $8
Like-
there.
Like
It
think of
is.
it this way:
Bro, I'm trying to find.
when we went bowling, we couldn't even bring in a water bottle at a bowling alley.
Well, T-Bone don't
Bowling
have that
prices are
problem.
ridiculous now.
They're
go
fucking
bowl.
ridiculous when we want to go.
I remember
We go into deals
When I
because
was a
that's when it's
kid-
cheaper.
Oh well, yeah, that's the only time I go.
when I was a kid, there was a
Look,
deal.
in reference. That's
I'll
a
show you.
great seat. Guess how much I paid?
30 bucks.
Did I show you the
$30?
picture of where we sat?
A little more.
$80,
50 bucks.
$70
It
bucks.
was like 110.
That's not bad.
That's not
That's
bad.
not bad.
I think those are great seats.
That's not bad.
Those are
But
great.
How much were the tickets when you went with Brian?
We went.
Yeah, I know it's not staying for some reason.
What a bitch.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
exactly
know,
where I
right?
was sitting. Like literally, maybe
Guess
a
how
little
much? What did we pay when we went to the Yankees game? Like 40.
Yeah, that's where we sat. We
30,
sat
30
20,
bucks.
Yeah, I
18
sat in,
bucks.
Like
That was
the section
18.
below her.
That was
18 bucks.
18.
18 bucks for
So
those.
this
Those
is-
are great.
There's 18.
That's
Show
a
it to the
good
camera real quick.
There's 18 bucks, fellas. 18 bucks.
Yeah, you text me that and I'll edit it in.
Oh.
This was like.
I'll
This
show
was a
me
you.
little
text it.
better. It's like 115 maybe.
This
109.
this is where we
109.
sat for like 16 bucks at Met Stadium.
Those are decent seats.
What picture is that?
It went off.
The
It went
Mets
off.
one?
You need to click it again.
Oh, don't show my memories.
This one?
No.
Oh no, it's Yankees. This one?
Yeah, that's it. That's Mets.
Mets.
That was for like 18 bucks.
Stadium. Yeah, we'll put it in. We'll edit
Let
it
me see
in.
that one.
That's good. Good seats. Good seats for what? 18 bucks. You said.
Mhm.
Those are great seats.
Oh yeah.
When you
In
were
baseball, you can really see like everything, no
When
matter
it
how,
affects-
where you're at.
But it affects every sport, is what I'm saying now. Like we were looking at prices for opening day. Was it yesterday or did we look on the podcast?
no,
It
we
was
were
yesterday
just
we looked.
looking. Yeah, we were just
It
looking.
was yesterday we looked. So anything even after opening day, just a regular game, like a June game.
So look, I'll tell you
30
right now.
bucks. 40
It's
bucks.
insane.
So
Honestly,
Like
that kind of brings into account where you said about football. There's only 17 games. You know, in baseball, you kind of have what?
That's different.
162.
So-
that's different, but that's a price increase of 100%. We
That
went
is-
to a random game. We didn't go to a special game. It was 18 bucks.
Giants at Yankees right now for open day starting at
That's-
101.
That's different. That's different. Go like 3 weeks.
That's what I'm saying.
Go 3
At
weeks
even like the third day for the Giants game at 105 at Yankee Stadium is $26.
At 105, that's the worst time in New York City to go to a game. Because then you're leaving at rush hour.
Yeah.
And
Like even Phillies
Still
at
cold
even
stuff,
Phillies at Yankees for a 2-game series is 18 bucks.
So it came down from what we were looking at. You want this?
yeah, I'll take another.
That's nuts.
Take a little bit more. Last time.
More
All right.
syrup?
Let's we good with talking with that. You want to move on to the trade
That
deadline?
just pissed me off, and I really wanted to expand on that, especially since any of you guys listen to my show, Peterson, Douglas Peterson.
I did a little bit. I didn't finish it yet. I'm halfway
so we
done.
got to like a specific portion where we were kind of just talking about how much it affects like youth sports and the carry through to like and how much it's just it's fucking ridiculous, man. I think that it's going to affect every single sport. The only sport it's not going to affect to me is lacrosse and soccer because they're not professionally big in this country.
Yeah.
I think it's not going
Yeah,
to
that's
affect them.
We should go to a soccer game. All of us.
I want to go to a Red Bulls game.
Facts.
More?
I was telling him.
You said Bulls?
Yeah, Red Bulls game.
I went to a Red Bulls.
I want to
game.
bring him to Red Bulls game. I want to see. I want you to experience what the soccer atmosphere is in a pro thing. It's so fun.
I don't think any of you will ever experience what I experienced.
I don't like
in
soccer
Brazil.
like that,
So-
though.
Oh no, that's different. That's
so, like,
different.
I don't think going to an American game is even going to help me. If that makes sense. Like, I don't even want to go to a Red Bulls game. I don't even
It's actually not bad.
No,
It's pretty fun for it
but
to
like,
be an MLS team.
compared to
It's pretty fun.
They're actually not bad. I've been to one.
All right.
But my point is compared to
Oh yeah,
What I've
in
been to-
Brazil,
I went to-
yeah.
I've been to a USA women's game. It was pretty good.
well, I've been to
Oh, yeah.
I've been to Red Bulls games for free just because of like not for free, quote unquote. My parents paid, but it was
Yeah.
$14 or $12 to go.
Yeah, they have
Because
a
of,
lot
like,
of school deals.
That was it
Like,
for the
Alright,
rec.
so-
It was for the rec camps.
So what if I tell you one night's firework night? Would you all want to go?
What, for Red Bulls?
Yeah, they have fireworks night.
I would go. That's like Jackals. The Jackals.
Yeah, exactly. You're just
Dude,
driving
I'm
like
gonna
an
miss
hour away.
Yeah. It's not bad.
You gonna miss the Jackals?
It's in Harrison. What?
You gonna miss the Jackals?
Yeah. I'm boycotting that shit.
Jackals are gone.
They don't
They
play.
moved to Patterson.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about that. Come on, buddy.
They moved to Patterson. But anyway, so I'll tell you how much Red Bull tickets
I
are right now.
mean, they just got a new stadium. That's probably why.
Yeah, but yeah, it is. But
What,
they're
Patterson?
building it.
Or where they building it?
They're building it,
It
in
was already a
Patterson because they're
stadium.
redoing.
Hinchlife. Or Hinchliff.
Mm.
The stadium in Patterson off the falls. You never been there? That's where Jackie Robinson played.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. Soccer tickets are kind of low key expensive.
Yeah, it's so random them playing there.
$41, $50.
I mean, that's because they invested all that money into.
Like they're New Jersey Jackals, so they could play any town they want. You know, it's Montclair obviously, but you know, moving to Patterson, but you think of being another town.
Coachella Valley Invitational Day Pass. LA Galaxy versus New York Red Bulls, $94.
Fuck.
What the fuck? Anyway, we are getting way off topic.
Yeah.
We're getting way off topic.
Well, you want to start about the Jackals?
All right.
Yeah.
Patterson, bro. What the fuck happened?
Yeah, they moved. They're building a new stadium in Patterson.
My cousin used to work for them.
Really?
One of them, yeah. You ever meet Joe?
Joe.
Might have met Joe. Maybe not. It's Jeff's son.
Oh, was he here for New Year's? I mean, not New Year's.
Christmas? Might
Yeah.
have been. Not this year. It was the year before.
I bet. I don't remember. All right, we're way off topic. NBA trade deadline. Okay, back to action.
We
What do you think of the moves?
exhausted the NBA last week, so it's tough to talk about that much. But
So we can just go over.
who's
like, who's the winners?
your winner? Yeah, I was gonna ask who's your winner.
It's tough. Lakers are definitely up there.
I was gonna say Lakers.
I think the Lakers made some good moves.
I was gonna say Lakers or Mavericks.
Yeah, Mavericks as well. I think they what the Lakers really needed was, I think, more, not necessarily more role players, but more players that knew what they were getting themselves into and don't play that kind of superhero role, as in they would come in and they thought they would
Just
have a
fit the
bigger
role.
role than what
Yeah.
they were.
Right, just
And
fit
I
the
feel
role.
like last year when they added like Carmelo Anthony, Trevor Ariza, you know, those were all those two just off that. Carmelo played a big role in the Trailblazers. He was a spark plug coming off the bench.
Mhm.
You get me? He was averaging pretty good buckets. You know, pretty
Right.
good points, I should say. And when you go to a team like the Lakers, that really, you know, I feel like the whole team just revolves around LeBron and AD, and you're just like catering to them.
Well,
It's kind of, I say the direction of what the player has to adjust to is not necessarily the best. As you can say, what I want to say is Carmelo Anthony has always been in the spotlight. It doesn't matter what team he's on.
mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter if he was coming off the bench. It doesn't matter if he was, you know, starting. It doesn't matter if he was a starter but not producing as much. Always had that starlight on. Trevor Ariza, I don't know if you remember, but on that, when he was on the
Lakers?
Houston Rockets,
Oh, yeah,
as well.
yeah.
No, Houston Rockets
Yep.
with Harden and
Yep.
Chris Paul.
Yep.
He was a big
Yep.
piece to them as well.
Yeah.
That was when I was playing 2K. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
No, I
so
know what you're talking
he's a
about.
shooter.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
but he played a huge part in that
Exactly,
offense,
a
right?
great
And
wingman.
if he,
Great
but if he
wingman.
wasn't there, that team's not what it was.
Exactly.
I do want to go back to your
Just
point.
like Eric Gordon, all those players, they played a key
Yeah.
role into.
Sure.
And
I
now
agree.
I feel like they added a lot of players that know their role. Like D'Angelo Russell, he knows. Well, he should know. He knows he's not the same D'Angelo Russell that was on the Brooklyn Nets.
Right.
He doesn't have to
not
play a
even
superhero role.
not even that.
anymore.
He's not the same D'Angelo Russell that started with the Lakers.
I mean, that's tough to say.
Sure.
Just, well, 100%. He's more matured in his game. 100%.
Well, he doesn't have the
He
height.
knows
just
what he
doesn't have
can
the
do
height.
and can't do.
Yeah,
Right,
he's a more
right.
mature player, and I
Exactly.
think that's what they needed.
They need more defense.
And also,
Need more defense, which they got.
more defense too.
And Vanderbilt and Malik Beasley.
Malik Beasley is a great addition. Great addition. He knows his role. Stay in the corner.
Stay in a corner.
Occasional shoot the three. Occasional pump fake. Drive to the basket. If you have to drive it out to LeBron. Comes in. AD. Whatever.
Right.
You get me? People that know their role. And I feel like that's exactly the type of system that you need
Huge.
to work around LeBron and
Once
AD.
you already have those guys, or the one or the two
100%,
guys,
100%.
no need to have more guys.
Yeah, I just feel like they had a team full of egos, especially
Right.
when you have an ego as big as Patrick Beverly and an ego as big
Yeah.
as Russell Westbrook. That becomes
And-
toxic. Just
So-
like it
And
came out in
LeBron,
reports that Russell
LeBron is
Westbrook-
just
LeBron's LeBron, though.
LeBron's LeBron. You're playing under LeBron. I'm sorry to
That's
tell
what
you,
I'm
Russell
saying.
Westbrook, but you're playing under
that's what
LeBron.
I'm saying though. But he is the biggest ego that you have to deal with in the room. He's the elephant in the room that
topic I want to hit
if you can't, and this is kind of one of the points that I wanted to bring up. I wasn't able to bring up or not effectively in the Michael Jordan comparison thing. Is like he is such an ego that it's like it's a problem when you have to negotiate like other players to come play for you. It's like, and I feel like that was the case for both of them. But with LeBron, it's so intrusive that if he's not the star, like if he's not the guy, there's no way we can go acquire somebody. Or not that we're not going to acquire him. When he comes, he's going to struggle. What's the point of fucking getting him?
Can I hit a point before you go?
Go ahead.
Okay. So, you know how you said, like, Lakers build around, like, AD and them? Wait, what was your point on that?
Basically saying that,
Like, players coming to the Lakers, they're playing with LeBron.
well,
You're playing for LeBron, you're playing for AD.
Like,
was
about-
a whole bunch of egotistic.
Yes.
players.
So I feel, as that point was, I feel like it is that. At the same time, when you go to Lakers, it's the Lakers. You gotta perform to a standard.
That
with
is
the
a,
Lakers.
that is a truth. That is a
comes
truth.
with weight.
That's what I want to say.
I agree with that. 100%.
Same thing would be if you played for the Celtics, right? It would be the same thing.
Exactly.
These big organizations,
Like-
just like the Knicks, just
Correct.
MSG itself.
Correct.
Exactly.
Correct.
MSG itself just holds weight.
Right.
Exactly.
Playing for the
Right.
Knicks, that's why
It's been such a
It
long
sucks.
slog
Yeah,
to get
progression.
back. Yep.
Yep, that's what I'm
Yep.
saying.
Because the players need to live up to the limelight.
And that's why I say, like,
Yep.
playing in New York and all these big cities, it's pretty hard. You know what I'm saying?
It's really hard, especially nowadays,
Very,
because
very
you have so many
saturated.
fucking lights on you. You have
Yup.
so many snakes trying to get you. Like,
Perfect example. Look at Philly. How hard is it
Right.
for a player who wants to get traded away, aka Ben Simmons? How hard is it to come back in that arena and play? Every
Tough.
time
You're
you
gonna make it
fucking
hell.
touch that ball, you are getting hell.
just like Kyrie when he came back to the Celtics.
Speaking of that, fun fact: did you ever see like every team that Kyrie's been on when he had like an opening day to the crowd? He says he likes to come back. He loves playing here. Da da da. He said that to every team he's played for, and he left. Did you see that?
I actually didn't. That's actually interesting.
He said with the Cavs, I'll be here forever. This is my home. Left, went to Boston. He said, if you guys would like to welcome me back, I'll be glad to play here. Left Boston. Went to the Nets. He said, I'll be signed here playing for y'all. I requested a trade.
so I wanted to kind of harp on the Kyrie thing because when I was reading up, I saw a lot of people saying that the Mavericks were a loser
They are.
because the amount that
They're a winner right now, but they're going to be a loser in the long term.
I was gonna say, so that kind of contradicted. You said they were a winner, but that makes sense.
They're
Okay,
a
so what you're
winner.
saying, They're a winner right now, but they're a loser. in
They're
the
a
long term.
loser long term.
They're a winner
later
this
on.
season.
Yes.
They're a winner this season.
Because after this season, I don't think
You
he's
have
going
to deal
sign
with
back.
that Kyrie problem.
Not even
Right.
that. He's not going to sign back with them.
Well, that is the Kyrie problem. That's what I'm saying. You have to deal with that. You have to deal with, do we have him? Do we not? Does he like us? Does he not? Do we have to
Tell
put
you
on a
what.
show? Fuck him.
If Mavericks win a championship this year with that team, it's a win for them regardless if Kyrie leaves
Oh,
or not.
100%. If you win a championship, any move you made is a win.
So that's what I
Especially
mean.
nowadays. Doesn't matter what
So if
sport.
he wins with the Dallas Mavericks, it's a win for if he leaves after the season, whatever. That's how you could put it.
I don't know. I'm a little 50-50 on if it's a win or a loss for the Mavericks and the Nets. Just because I say this.
Do you think it's a win for them now?
No, I'm saying like I don't know if it's a win for the Mavericks and a loss for the Nets, or if it's a win for the Nets and a loss for the Mavericks. Just so I say. Just because I say
Long
this.
term, the Nets after this trade line look great. They look great. It's the
That's
front
the win.
end, the front end shit eat that they're gonna have to do because they just traded away 2 fucking stars, and you can't say they're not. They traded away 2 high caliber players,
That's the win for them in hindsight, but just to recuperate.
Their fans are
And-
eating it, and they may not ever recuperate just based on
That's
the
what I'm
fact that
saying.
their
For
fans
the
might
long term,
sell out.
For the long term, yeah, you have great assets. Just because I say the Nets gave up so much to get Harden,
Right.
basically
first
they gave,
place.
what they
In the
gave,
first
what
place,
they
right.
got from Kyrie,
There
and
she
they
goes.
gave back
Light number 2.
what they gave for Harden and what they got back from getting Kyrie. That's where I say it's a win.
Right.
You recuperated and you kind of healed from basically the trio that was supposed to be the greatest trio of all time.
Right.
That's where I say you win.
Right.
Another thing is, well, where I say they lose is the Nets were a win team now, or a win now team.
They were.
Not now.
Now they're
I
not.
understand that, but what I'm trying to say is,
But they
who
still
knew
are.
who would have seen that KD would have left? Did you see KD leaving? I can't name one.
I thought it
person
was
that
at the end of the season. I thought that they would have to.
I thought if they didn't make any moves at the trade deadline for KD, that's when I thought definitely for sure he was leaving in the summer.
Right.
Or
Right,
asking for
before
a trade,
next
doing for
season,
something, opting out of his contract, whatever the case may be, he's gonna want to leave that organization.
I feel like once he traded Kyrie, KD was gone.
I agree.
I didn't
I
think so.
agree, but
I
my
didn't think
point
so.
was I thought they would wait until the offseason. I thought they wouldn't ship him the next day.
That's why I mean.
You
That's why I
know?
disagree with you.
You
They
thought
were
it was
not
right
gonna
away?
wait. Yeah, they were not going
thought it was right away.
because he was either.
I think it's a great move. My point is,
I do too.
I agree with their leadership. I think they made the best play. It looks really shitty PR wise. It looks really shitty. It's like the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Kind of, because I don't agree with the Red Sox moves, but for this situation, I do agree. I think that moving on from these two guys, especially given their ages and their histories, like
so.
it was a good
I
move.
honestly
I think it was a good
Hold on.
move.
I want to continue with him real quick. Sorry.
Yeah. Argue against me. Let me pit my basketball knowledge, baby.
So this is just my opinion, point of view. What was really going to happen? Kyrie requested that trade. Kyrie's going to get traded. 50-50 when he requested that. We didn't know.
Nothing you can do about that.
So, when Kyrie got traded, in my opinion, KD went to the front office and said, low key, not to anyone, don't want to make it public, whatever. He said, if Kyrie goes, I want out. Because
may have.
it was
He may
either
have.
it was either KD was
In for the chip or
in for it
Yeah,
if
right.
with Kyrie, but if they ship Kyrie, he was not going to play the rest of the season with the Nets.
He wasn't going to be.
He was
going to
save himself for next season, be healthy, be fully recovered, and play with a new team. So the Nets, I believe, killed two birds with one stone. Get rid of Kyrie, get rid of KD. Now we start fresh and new players, still decent players. They're not like chumps.
No, not bad.
So now
They're-
they kind of win long term because now they get rid of two big contracts. Or I don't even think Kyrie was a big contract. First of all, KD, they signed him an extension, but I don't know how does the NBA pay the rest of their contract off? Is
The
it like
Suns-
is it like the NFL
the
where like
Suns
they
would take
traded,
that.
they pay like half or like whatever?
No, I think the Suns would just take his contract.
Okay, so now you're at that cap. Now you have cap room going to the next offseason where you can expand players. Like
that would be-
not even sign one star. Or like not even like a top dog. Maybe like
Zach LaVine,
a Zach Levine.
Julius Randle.
Maybe like a Julius Randle. Like make players who go into
That
it
fit good.
work
You get me?
with each other. So when I heard Kyrie got traded to Mavericks, I was like, KD's out. He's gotta be. I don't know what team was gonna go to. I did not expect him to go to the Suns whatsoever.
I
But-
agree with you 100%. I agree with Sal too that there was definitely some doubt that KD was gone, or KD was staying, I should say. I honestly do think that the trade deadline, if KD stayed, I think the Nets would have probably went all in on probably Mikal Bridges and
Sure.
all those players that they traded for Kyrie
Mm-hmm.
in the trade deadline. They would have got another one on the books, OG Anunoby.
Mhm.
I think the Nets would have pushed heavy for that. And
Sure.
just take those role players because they already have a great solid team. You're telling me they take Kyrie off, Cam Thomas,
Yeah,
Seth Curry, OG Anunoby, KD, and then you have Nick Claxton. That's a great starting five.
Mhm.
I don't care. That's a top 5 starting five in the East.
exactly.
So I honestly, that's where I think is. I thought that Kyrie leaving, KD was definitely going to stay. Not definitely going to stay, but if he did stay, the Nets were going to make a big push in the trade deadline, not to recuperate, but just to find a
just to build the team.
Just to build a team around
forward
KD
game,
that
around
could-
KD.
That could
KD
survive.
That can win the
KD
chip.
almost did
Right.
it by
Have a
himself.
Or at least
chance.
have a chance. Right.
KD almost did it by himself
Right.
with Harden playing only
Right.
the first 2 games in a series
Exactly.
against the Bucks.
So-
Exactly.
So I have a question for you guys. It's kind of, I mean, in a way, it's related to what we were talking about earlier,
Yeah.
all sports wise, but it's interesting to me. So in football and basketball, you can trade your draft pick. I think even hockey too. So it's literally all the major sports
Okay.
except for
I don't know
baseball.
too much about hockey, but
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
it's.
I'm
I'm
getting what
pretty
you're
sure
talking
you
about.
could trade your draft pick in every sport except for baseball. So my point is, do you think it's a benefit to be able to trade? And I have my own opinion on this. I'll go last. I was curious what you guys
What
thought.
trading draft picks?
Do you think that trading draft picks is a benefit to the overall outcome of the league, of the team?
yes and no. I say
I was gonna say the same thing.
I think
say
that's the
yes.
right answer.
I say yes because I feel like in the NBA there's less variables than there is in those other sports.
I want you to think broad.
Okay,
I don't want you to think NBA, NFL, MLB.
Yeah.
I want you to think broad.
Okay.
Because
I got
think
one.
I think it
Now,
means
let me
more.
touch up on what I was saying. Right?
It means
So-
more when you're talking about like a franchise compared to a player or organization compared to player. I think it means more that way compared to like the
right, so-
Yankees compared to the Celtics compared to the Giants.
All
in
right, so
football.
I'll touch upon this. So the no reasoning on why I think it's maybe bad to trade picks is just because there's teams that purposely tank, load management, do all these things
Agreed.
to attain a worse record just so they move up in that NBA lottery.
Agreed.
Just to get those better players, like the Spurs have been doing for the past 5 years. Ever since that the big three left, Tony Parker, Manu, and Tim Duncan, that team has been in rebuild mode.
They got rid of their future.
I have a point on that, but I want you to finish.
So
I want you to just
my whole point
finish.
is that's where I think it's a little detrimental to the league. Where I say, as a fan, you really see like there's no progression going into the season. Like you just know it's gonna be dead weight.
I actually have.
just coming around.
I want to add to this.
But go ahead. That's why I think it's detrimental to the.
I will say my points
Nah,
after,
yeah.
but I wanna just hear. This just went through my head. Do you believe draft picks have more value than players?
No, not at all.
It depends.
But
That I
So-
feel like it depends in certain
it does
situations.
depend when you have like
If you're in the
When you
net
have-
situation, the picks matter.
Picks matter.
it matters who's in the draft pool more, right? If you don't have a good draft pool, round one draft pick one doesn't mean much. If you have a bad draft
but
pool.
that's what I'm saying is, teams, the NBA, you don't even if the MLB you could trade picks, right?
Right. You can't.
You
but
think
sure.
that the MLB would trade 2028, 2029 class of 2028, 2029 draft picks just for just take a chance on who's coming up in the league? I feel like
Well-
in the NBA it's more foreseeable because
Well-
the progression in players in the NBA is kind
It's
of
all athletics. But
yeah, it's all publicity, it's all this. Like look at the Ball family.
So let me make a point on NBA specifically because this is where I actually came up with the question. I was obviously I was reading up for the show and I was trying to figure out, and I found it interesting. The point on the Nets made specifically was they don't have control of their pick this year. So whether they tank or not, regardless, I don't think.
What do you mean by
point was-
control the pick?
I don't think that. Well, let me finish my point. The point wasn't made for necessarily this year, but the point was if they tank, they're going to be giving another team a better pick. So it would kind of be disadvantageous for them to tank. Therefore, they're kind of in no
Oh, I know
man's.
what you-
That was my no man's land comment before.
So did you mean like control their pick? You mean it's another team's pick?
Another team has their first round pick. So
Okay.
if they
Perfect
tank,
example.
Do you know how that works?
right? But this is my point.
No, but I'm asking. Do you know how that works?
I don't, but
Okay.
this is my point, kind of broader. This is why I wanted to talk about broadly, not NBA, MLB, NFL.
Yeah, I know, but I'm
wanted
just
to talk-
asking if like you knew how that
I
worked.
don't, but
okay.
that's my point. I wanted to talk broadly. That's why I think if you had, this rule here, you could trade your picks. Great.
Oh.
I think it's kind of good
Perfect
because the we'll put it in MLB terms. The Pittsburgh Pirates, their
Yeah.
pick is very valuable this year. Their first round pick is very valuable. You can look at it. You can make all these assumptions. Yeah, they'll
Yeah.
take steps up, but they're probably going to be
Ryan
one of the
Reynolds wants
worst,
to
if
leave,
not
too.
the worst, right? And you're still dealing with a lottery in MLB now, but they probably have a bad pick, so you want to trade for it if it was available. Would that be a good thing? And that's what I'm saying. So, is it advantageous if Pittsburgh trades their first round pick? It would be very advantageous of them to go all out because then their trade looks really smart. They traded a first round pick for, say, a Volpe. Say they got that, and then they finished third in the Central.
Yeah.
And then they didn't have, say the person that traded for their pick got picked 20.
No, yeah.
That would
it's
look
all about
amazing.
progression.
Okay.
But that would look amazing. So I don't think that it affects the way that you were speaking about it before.
Yeah.
The tanking thing. It does in a way. You lead up with the bad teams. They get the same picks every now and then. But when you have a lottery involved,
Yeah.
it kind of kicks that out. We're to the point where like you start trading away your first round picks and you're like, well, the Rockets got my fucking first round pick this year. I better do well so that they don't get a good pick.
See,
Can-
but that's
can
if
I-
you trade it though.
Can I give what he was just saying?
Yeah.
I'm going to take it to the NFL. Look at the Eagles with the New Orleans Saints.
Okay.
We traded, I forget what we traded them. I think it was just like a second round pick. So we traded them a second round pick for C.J. Gardner, who led the league in interceptions this year, won that crown, and we got their first round pick. So we're in the Super Bowl, but because we got their first round pick and they finished whatever the record was,
Like an 8.
Who'd you get it from?
eight or something, New Orleans, whatever the
I think
record
they had
was.
negative. I think it was
They
8
were
and
they
9.
were under 500, whatever.
Like 7 and
I think it was 8 and 9.
So we're in the Super Bowl. We're one of the best teams
Might
in
have
the
been
NFL.
7 and 10.
I think so.
We got a best safety, one of the best safeties in my opinion,
And you got a first round pick.
and we got a
out of
first
the
round
second
pick. It's a top 10 first round pick this year. We're
Right,
picked number 10 or 9
Right,
this year.
but the reason for that is the fact that the Eagles, like you were kind of mentioning before, the Eagles were projected to
Exact-
be a lower tier team.
Exactly.
Their second round pick was supposed to be a very high too, and the team they traded for, their one, was supposed to be pretty bad.
Yeah,
It was supposed
but-
to be a 20-30.
I feel like the
And-
Eagles weren't even
But
looking at Gardner.
that's where I think that. Ooh, sorry, that definitely sounded like shit. That's where I think that the draft pick trading is good.
That's what I mean.
Because
I don't even think the
it's-
Eagles
I
were
think
looking
it
at
adds
Gardner.
another level of strategy. It adds another level of portraying, like you were kind of mentioning before. Do you value the pick more? Do you value the potential of, or do you value the player that we know right now? Yes, I value the player right now,
Sorry.
and that was kind of my. I was very confident when I said that. You value the player right now, but that 2029 first round pick, is it the next Mike
I'm gonna blow
Trout?
it that way.
Is it the next? Is the next
Yeah,
Bryce
there's
Harper? Is it
teams
the
that are
next
willing to
LeBron?
take that-
Is it the
that
next
chance.
LeBron? Is it the next? Is it the next Tiger Woods? Whatever comparison you want to make, is it that? You don't know because
Hey.
you're projecting out 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. You're projecting that out. That's
Yeah.
why I think it's good because you start trading this shit away, and we'll say baseball just adapts this rule, and the Boston Red Sox trade away their first round pick for the 2030 draft. What if that fucking pick comes back to bite them, where the fact that the next Babe Ruth was just drafted under the Arizona Diamondbacks for that pick? You didn't predict it.
Bring up
but,
your point. The team
My
you
point
whispered.
is- My perfect example is the Oklahoma City Thunder. Ever since they
Got rid of
did
Westbrook.
they trade? I think it started with Westbrook because I think Durant left.
Durant left.
by way of like contract. I think.
Yeah, he
But-
went. He got signed by the Warriors,
Yeah.
and
Right,
Westbrook got
right.
traded to the Rockets.
Rockets. I
Fuck,
think.
where did he go first? Rockets or Wizards? Rockets.
No, it was the Rockets. It was the
Rockets, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
So he got traded to the Rockets, and then you have James Harden that I think had left. No, I think James Harden got traded as well to the Rockets. James Harden got traded to the Rockets
Yes.
first.
Yes, he got traded
Then
first,
Russell got traded because
Yes.
he had the season by himself.
and he won. He wanted to play with
Triple-double.
Russell.
He won MVP.
Mhm.
So ever since then, Thunder have been tanking.
Right.
Thunder have been trading away any
Anything
sort of,
with value.
Yes.
anything with value, they've been trading it away. Right
They've been like the Pirates. They've been like the Cubs.
Yep. Now they own the Nets for Harden. Well, not for Harden. The trades that they got, they own the Nets pick from first round pick from 2023 to 2026.
Right, but that kind of goes back to the article I was reading before, where they don't have control. Right. So
No, they don't have
exactly
they
true.
don't have control because they traded the pick away.
Correct.
That's on your own recognizance.
That's yours.
You get what I'm saying?
Right, but
But-
that's my point, is that they valued the player in that
No,
instance.
yeah,
They
that's
valued
what I'm
Wait,
saying.
wait, wait.
I 100% get you, but I think it's more.
I don't know if you
It's
agree
more
with
of a
it.
no.
I don't know if you agree with
100% get with you. I think you're just more siding with the player.
No,
I mean the.
but I don't.
The future.
I'm telling you, I don't. I'm actually in the middle. You have to make. My point is, like, in the moment as a GM.
Yeah, so we're
Right. So
We're all in the same
I'll make
boat.
it very obvious.
Yeah,
I think we are in the same boat.
Yeah.
I'm being kind of devil's advocate, but I'll make it very plain. You had the opportunity to get. I'll do MLB because it's my best version. You have the opportunity to get Arenado right now. Okay.
Okay.
Arenado's a great player. He's aged. He's like 33, 34. Okay, you have the opportunity to get him right now, or you have that first round pick next year, where the first round pick, if you were to get it, was, I'll give an example, Gunnar Henderson, who's the up and coming for Baltimore. You have the opportunity, guaranteed, that's your guy, and you're getting him, or and that's your guarantee. Which one do you go? And you can make, for different teams in the MLB, you can make that argument that the better move would be Arenado. Say for the Yankees, it would be like, sorry,
I just think,
I'm sorry for taking your words.
No.
For the Yankees, it would be like, I want Arenado. But say for Baltimore, it'd actually be, I want Gunnar Henderson.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Right?
That's what I was gonna say. It depends on your situation. I was gonna ask
That's my
you.
point.
I was gonna ask you, like, give that scenario. What team is he gonna go to?
Which one?
Like, pick a team, any random team.
No, which person? That's my point.
Arenado.
Okay.
Like, say you're that
So, give
GM who
Arenado.
wants Arenado.
Right. So GM Arenado is a free agent. The guy or the team that wants him right now is,
Just throw a team out there.
realistically, it's the Cardinals who have him, or it's the Yankees, or it's not Houston. They have their third baseman, quote unquote. It's one of those teams, right? So it's those
I'd say
guys.
The Twins is up there too.
Twins at this point, yes.
I'd
They don't
say-
have the money for it, but yes.
So out of those
Right.
teams you named, I'd say the Yankees and the Twins, what you just said. I say they trade their first round pick for Arenado.
Let's relate this to
Okay,
basketball.
right, but that's my point, right?
Let's
So
relate
if
this to
you're a
basketball, because we're
person,
getting-
or if you
What?
are Brian Cashman, you're trading your first round.
That's
pick
what I
for
mean.
Arenado,
That's why I
where
asked him what teams
Baltimore
would be in that scenario, because
How would you
Baltimore.
how would you relate it to from this trade deadline? Kind of getting off topic. How would you compare it to this trade deadline to the teams right now?
Dallas Mavericks.
You think they made a right move? That's what I was trying to say. Is you
Right.
think
Does
Dallas
it-
Mavericks made a right move for getting Kyrie?
For
If
right,
they win.
If they win,
If they,
yes. If that's their plan, they
That's-
want to win right now.
the thing is,
yes.
that's the caveat to everything. If you win the championship, every move, and that's kind of the point I was trying to make before. If you win the championship nowadays, doesn't matter if it's MLB, NBA, NFL. If you win, it was worth it because the amount more money of sponsorships, the amount more money of commercials, the amount more money of propaganda from the league that you get is so beyond worth it that every move you made, even if you sold the farm to get one guy, it was worth it. But if you don't, it wasn't.
That's
So,
what I mean.
if you fall any bit short, which in any of these leagues at this point, it could be this much that you fall short. That's it.
Now, do you think
it's not worth it?
Now, do you think the track record that Kyrie has, you think you'd go all in on
No.
a player like that?
No.
Absolutely
That's
not.
why I say I don't. That's why
Absolutely
I'm in
not.
the middle.
And that's
But-
why I'm
but the
kind of
thing is-
on their side. That mainstream media thing of the teams of the Mavericks. Are they a loser? In my
The
opinion,
reason
yeah.
why I say they're winners is because Kyrie's not under a long-term contract.
But
So
do you
you
think that-
have him this season. If they win, congratulations, you pulled a good move off.
But what are the possibilities that
But
they do win?
they're not tied to him. That's the
100%.
difference. That's what I mean. If
I-
they were tied
you
to
get
him
a-
long
you-
term, I don't think Mavericks go after him.
But then again, you gave up all those picks and a pretty good rotation with Spencer Dinwiddie and who was it, Dwight Powell or
No, Finley Smith.
Finney Smith, who's a great shooter,
Yes,
and I think 1 first round pick and 2 second round, maybe.
I believe so.
If you want to look that up.
Well, I believe Mark Cuban made that move is because he thought about it long term. Because Mark Cuban is a smart GM.
No, I think that's where you're wrong. I think he did that. I think he did that for short term. He wants to win now.
That's what I mean.
No, you said long term.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Sorry, okay,
Alright,
sorry.
But you're good. I get you 100%. That's where I think we agree on is the fact is that he's all in right now.
That's
But the
what I
fact
mean,
is
yeah.
you went all in on a rental.
That's
But-
where I bring in Mark Cuban.
But I forgot who we related it to. The NBA. It was another player. Where I think it was last week we were talking about a player being on maybe 1 or 2 years left on his contract, and us not being on the same page. Well, us being on the same page as if don't go all in on a rental, especially with the track record that Kyrie has. That's where I feel like if you're 100% right. You're 100% right. If they win this year, they did it all for good. You know what I'm saying? But in more, not to, of Sal's point, you can't really get too broad on it just because we're talking about the NBA. You need to get more technical.
Mm-hmm.
Who do the Suns have? Who do the Suns have now off the bench to be a spark plug for them when Kyrie and Doncic
Yeah,
aren't
that's
on the
that's
court.
why that's where that comes where that comes in different.
Where does the depth come in?
'cause
And
I
that's
feel
where
like-
I say the Suns too lost out on the. I think the Nets.
I
will
think
win
the
it.
Suns lost out on that
The Suns definitely lost out on that
because
because KD 100%. Like, don't get me wrong, the Suns aren't even in playoff
but you
contention.
want
I think.
I feel like
as
the
of right
Suns
now.
and Mavericks are in a different position right now
Why do you
because
think so?
you want to know why?
Yeah.
For the Dallas Mavericks, their spark plug right now is Josh Green. He's an upcoming defender and he can score the rock. That's their spark plug right now. Because he's coming
Would
up.
you bank on him to come off the bench in a playoff series and be the same person? That's all I'm saying.
I'd have to see more. Right now, no. I'd have to see more what he does versus, say, a Curry.
Yeah.
Who else would he be? Say LeBron when he versus them. I don't know if he versus him again, but say he's
D'Lo.
on LeBron.
D'Lo.
D'Lo, say he's on him.
D'Lo's a different player now.
Exactly.
We need to agree on that. D'Lo's a different player now. He's not playing the same role as
Exactly.
he was on the Timberwolves.
So say Josh Green's matchup. Say I see that matchup and I see Josh Green's 2 out of 3 times they verse. He's locking them up more than none.
Yeah.
That's a spark plug to me. Yes.
No,
But
I get you 100%. So they
Should take
pick.
take a break.
you want to?
You have to.
Oh, I will be right back.
Nah. Finish your point.
Oh, okay.
Finish your point if you're in a good
Fuck, what's my
part.
point? Yeah. So think of it that way. So the Mavericks have their spark plug right now, as of now. Say that. Suns have Cameron Payne. Not really. He had that 1 year kind of go off season with them, yes, but ever since then he's really been quiet. Schmidt. Larry Schmidt, he came from Brooklyn.
I mean, I kind of.
Has it worked out for them?
I
He
kind
can
of
score, but it's not
honestly,
really.
I really don't think they have the depth. Both teams don't have the depth to be playoff succeeders, as I should say.
I feel like
And
I
that's
have
why
to
when-
see more of
when I would-
Mavericks.
I can see more of the Mavericks because Doncic is just different.
Yes.
But you also
Agreed.
have KD, D-Book, and and Paul on one
Agreed.
team. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I think the Suns, if anything, are a better contender just because.
Really?
Yes.
I feel like the Suns and Mavericks.
No.
I feel like the Suns and Mavericks are not far away.
No. I say this. Chris Paul, D-Book, KD, Ayton.
Aiden's got to be on though.
It doesn't matter. He's a reliable center. He's a reliable scorer.
He's reliable.
He's going to give
He
you
has to
15
be
at
on.
least each game with at least 8 rebounds. That's a reliable center. He's not the first option. You put him on the Pistons. What is he going to average? 25. It's just his role. That's what he is. You get me? So he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to be out here scoring 25 points. If not, the playbook would run around him. And this is why
Understandable.
This is why I say the Suns are more suitable for a longer playoff run than the Mavericks, just because the Mavericks entirely their depth was Spencer Dinwiddie, aside from Luka Doncic. Finney Smith was a great shooter to coexist next to Doncic. You get me?
Uh-huh.
When Doncic got double teamed like every game, most games, pass it out to your shooters. That's literally the Bucks playbook. Always have a
So-
shooter on the floor for Giannis whenever he gets doubled to pass it out. That's why Pat Connaughton, the year that they won the thing, bucket.
I know.
Kyle Korver, bucket. Who else? DiVincenzo, bucket. You know what I'm saying? They got all these 3-point shooters that they traded or whatever. They had value. DiVincenzo had great
Nope.
value. So this is why I say that the Suns are more suitable than the Mavericks. You have Paul, you have D-Book, you have KD, and you have Ayton. Wow.
We're still
Wow,
forgetting
Chris
about the
Paul-
Clippers.
Oh yeah.
We're still
That's
forgetting about the
another team that's
Clippers.
very suitable. Chris Paul, you can have Chris Paul and KD on the same court. Chris Paul and KD on the same court. Chris Paul is going to be the playmaker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, KD is going to be the shooter. KD also attracts attention like no other, and so does Chris Paul because Chris Paul off that pick and roll is dangerous.
Can you have D-Book, Chris Paul, and KD in the same lineup?
100%. That's going to be the lineup. That's going to be Chris Paul, D-Book, KD in
Yeah.
the same lineup. But what I'm
Will
saying
that
is
work?
when I'm not I'm not too sure.
That's what I mean. That's
My
why
whole-
I feel like this with them.
My whole point is the longevity of the playoff run is you can have a great lineup at all times during the entire game. So while KD and Chris Paul are sitting, you have D-Book and Ayton on.
Mm-hmm.
So your whole game plan changes. Maybe you're down 15 and you need to get back on the offensive boards.
Mm-hmm.
So you put D-Book and Ayton in. Just because D-Book is an efficient shooter and Ayton is great on the offensively rebounds. Ayton is a great offensively rebounding wise. And
So-
will give you at least 15 points a game.
Let me put this
When you
in
need
different
spark plugs and
perspective.
scores, you put Chris Paul to set up KD, or you need Chris Paul to set up that lethal pick and roll that literally attracts. Because nobody in the league is coming up. No center in the league is coming up to guard Chris Paul.
Mhm.
He's gonna blow right past him. So what do? You have to go around. You have to go over the screen, under the screen. What is Chris Paul gonna do? Shoot that midi. If not, KD is an isolation
So,
scorer. He can score for
Let
himself.
me put it in this perspective for you real quick before we take a break.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kyrie and Luka, I feel like there's a difference in that, and they're like this because I don't know if KD has the health wise to go long term, because we've seen that a lot through these past seasons, where KD, if he gets hurt, he's out 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. He's out long term all the time.
You're talking about health wise.
Health wise.
Okay.
I feel like Kyrie is more in a healthier spot
Okay.
than KD right now. Because remember, KD hasn't played a game for Brooklyn ever when he got traded. He hasn't been on the court yet.
Who? What we're talking about?
Don't growl.
KD hasn't played a game. What?
KD has not been on the court.
Like for a full season, you mean?
No. KD has not played a game. How do I put that?
KD has not played a game with Kyrie.
No. How do I put that? This trade deadline has came up
Okay.
before everything happened. Before Kyrie.
KD has not played a game.
KD
for the
hasn't
Nets.
played a game since.
His injury since. for the
Yes,
Nets.
when he had his injury to the trade deadline, he has not played a game.
That was like a month.
So that's what I mean. So put in this perspective, do you
But-
think Mavericks and Suns would be on the same level if KD's not in the lineup, and Mavs have Kyrie and Luke on the floor? Gotta be yes, because you have Luka, Kyrie, Christian Wood, Ayton, Chris Paul, D-Book. Without KD, I say they're neck even.
See, but that's the thing. Without KD, we're talking about fully healthy. If Kyrie,
Fully healthy,
but you
yes,
take Kyrie out,
different.
you take Kyrie out of the thing. You take you take. Let's say you take Kyrie out of that lineup,
Mm-hmm.
and then you take KD out of that lineup. The Suns are still on top because that was the same exact lineup that they had last year.
But the Mavericks can beat the Suns with that lineup, and they proved that last season that they're beatable.
Oh, 100%. But I get you there.
See?
100%. I get you there, and that's a 7-game series. 100%. My only thing is that I feel like the Suns are more equipped to put on a lengthier playoff run just because
Than the Mavericks.
they have more players to pair with. That's what I'm saying. It's like, don't get me wrong, Christian Wood is a great like 4.
Mm-hmm.
He's reliable. But he's off more than he's on. He's definitely off more than he's on. So
Okay.
Christian Wood really needs to have a good game for that offense really to click. And another thing is too, we're forgetting about Kyrie's track record. What happens to team when KD got injured? Nets were on a 10-game win streak.
Mm-hmm.
Top defense in the league. Top 5 defense in the league. I think they were number 1 in offense too. Without KD, they maybe started that resume with KD, but they still were
They
finishing,
still were finishing without
doing
KD.
the job still without KD.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes to show is what I want to ask is Kyrie really good with a co-star? Has he ever been good with a co-star if it wasn't LeBron?
I say since LeBron, no.
Because when LeBron left,
Because LeBron, when he plays with a star, he gets that star involved.
and I think
KD and Kyrie, I don't really think it worked. and like it's funny because Harden,
I think it worked,
Kyrie Irving, and KD only played 16 games together.
and they were fucking rolling.
Exactly.
So this is what I think.
So you go on like a 16-game win streak, you lose all that players.
This is what I think. Mavericks fall short this year.
Where do you think they go
Suns
to?
lose in the WCF
Where did the Dallas Mavericks lose?
second round. I don't think they have the depth to go anywhere.
You
Trade
think
deadline
Clippers
is
beat
done.
the Suns?
I'm sorry.
You think Clippers beat the Suns?
Yeah. I think Clippers beat the Mavericks and face the Suns in the WCF, and that's the end of the Suns' career. Well, season. Off season comes. They let go of Chris Paul.
Mm-hmm.
KD signs with the Suns. I mean, Kyrie signs with the Suns. That's what I think happens.
I think either way, if Kyrie wins a chip this season, he's either going to Lakers or
But
Suns.
what makes you think what makes you think the Mavs are going to win this year? With what the Clippers just added? With what the Warriors are healthy?
Because of what they've done in the playoffs. They've made teams run for their money. Now that they have another star to add to that,
okay, that's good
it
enough.
might give an
Who did
edge.
who did they have?
Luka, that was it.
I'm sorry?
Just
Who?
Luka.
They just had Luka last year.
Yeah, but now they're adding that second punch.
Okay, are you forgetting that the person that kept them in the playoffs because Luka was injured? Are you forgetting about that?
Spencer Dinwiddie?
No.
Who?
Jalen
Oh,
Brunson?
Jaden Brunson. He's not there.
Okay.
But they added a better Brunson. Way
They
better
also
Brunson.
had Spencer Dinwiddie. And now he's gone.
Yeah, but Spencer Dinwiddie...
Spencer Dinwiddie was averaging at least 18 points in the finals, and I probably could look it up. It would probably be around that, 15 to 18, which is good for a third.
But that's with
option.
nobody on the court.
But that's good for a third.
Yeah,
option.
for a third option, yes. But now that they're gone, you have that 1-2 punch. With
But
Luka.
they had a 1-2-3 punch.
They still got the 1-2-3 punch.
What punch?
Wood. If Wood's
Wood is
on,
not
Wood's a
on all
third
the
punch.
time. But Wood is not on all the time.
But if Wood's on, he's a third punch. Or
I would bank on Spencer Dinwiddie
or-
giving me 15 points than Christian Wood putting up a great game offensively and also defensively on the boards.
or you got Tim Hardaway being that third punch.
I mean, Tim Hardaway, I don't really underestimate him because I think he's always
That's
been
what
a
I
good
mean.
role player. I always think he's been a good role player. I don't underestimate him at all.
Like
But you're speaking on a team that has Luka Doncic, great top five player in the league. But then they also had Jalen Brunson, who literally earned his contract for the Knicks this year, playing like no man has ever fucking played.
Agreed.
No third option on the team. Because Spencer Dinwiddie was received as that second option when he got traded to the Mavericks, coming off those big seasons with the Nets. Traded to the Mavericks, they thought he was gonna be the second option. Then Jalen Brunson comes out of nowhere and is just ripping shit, keeping them in the playoffs. Because Jalen Brunson was playing out of character, earns that contract, leaves.
so that's what I mean. Now
Right?
you
Spencer
add
Dinwiddie-
Kyrie.
Now you trade Spencer Dinwiddie, who was your third option and a great option, for Kyrie, who doesn't have a track record to play good with co-stars since LeBron, and honestly had a problem playing with LeBron. Even after the chip, he even said it. He said, "Oh, I wanted to be on my own team, whatever this and that." Like,
That was a false narrative because he never picked a team where it was his own team.
I mean, you can't win without a co-star. That's what I'm trying to say. And when he did play with KD, he was great. But why is everything so toxic with him? So what makes you think that he's gonna come into the Mavericks a changed man, like we thought he was gonna do with the Celtics? Well, he thought he was gonna do with the Nets.
The audio only, but
Okay. But what I wanted to get back to, right, is what I was talking to him, is the reason why we need to get so technical about this. I get your broad statement, but I want to get technical about it, is because I don't know if it was last podcast or the podcast before where we were talking about teams. It was a player, maybe teams going out of their way just for a rental. And that's exactly what Kyrie is. So you're telling
Okay, I know what you mean. I don't know if we talked about it last podcast.
Yeah, I know we brought it up. I don't know if it was off camera, maybe off audio. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to say is the Mavericks did not win. Neither did they lose. Just because there's a high possibility that even if they go far, Kyrie's going to want to stay. Just because he knows that it's a possibility that he can see that he can coexist here. That the fans love him. That he's seen as a star, and he's not seen as this drama queen, whatever. This and that. He could probably
Right.
make ends meet this season, and make the Mavericks win. You get me? But I don't see the Mavericks winning at all because they gave up. And I want to really like get down to the specifics. What the Mavericks gave up for Kyrie. Let me just search this up. The Brooklyn Nets traded Kyrie Irving to the Dallas Mavericks for Spencer Dinwiddie, Dory Finney-Smith, a 2029 first-round pick, and 2 second-round picks in 2027 and 2029. Long term, they're not winning because the Mavericks haven't been a bad team for the past 5 years. So the fact is that they traded that 2029 first-round pick goes to show something that they're probably not going to get a first pick until maybe the 2030s. Right? They're not going to be in that lottery pick unless they trade for it. But they just traded one of their valuable assets for a rental this season. And that's why I say they really don't win because Kyrie's track record of, that's where I go back to Kyrie's track record with teams. We thought it was going to work on the Celtics. Brand new atmosphere, brand new scenery. His dad used to play here. He had some childhood connections to it. 100%. I saw it work.
I understand where you're coming from, but like you can't go unnoticed with what the Mavericks did with the Suns last season, the playoffs, with just Luka.
That's where you're wrong. It wasn't just Luka.
It wasn't just Luka. Yes, they had role players like Spencer Dinwiddie and
they had a lot of role players.
But now you add Christian Wood, who's a good defensive player. You add Kyrie as your second punch, and you still got Luka. So if they're double teaming Luka, you got Kyrie open or Christian Wood. That's how it's gonna be. So that's why I feel like the Mavericks could give teams a run for their money, and it could benefit them in the long run.
But
right now?
But who do the Mavericks have defensively to stop the Lakers? To stop.
They don't.
Warriors?
First of all,
they don't have anyone defensively.
First of all, we don't know if the Lakers make the playoffs.
It's a possibility with what they just added.
With
you gotta see how it
the
goes.
recent moves, they are, in my opinion, I think, and I didn't even get to mention, I think they are a winner, and I think
They are a winner. I'm not saying that, but like you have to see how it goes.
Right, it's proof time.
By the way,
proof time,
the
right.
Nuggets are about to sign Reggie Jackson.
I know. I was gonna say that before, but we got into a good conversation.
Let's finish our rebuttal. We'll get back to that. I'm animated right now. I'm animated right now.
So I see where you're coming from. It's just like I don't see the Suns far off from the Mavericks. I just don't.
I 100% get you.
Because the Mavs, like I'm gonna keep bringing this up, because with CP3, Devin Booker, and Ayton and Mikal Bridges, Luka and the Dallas Mavericks still gave them a run for their money.
100%. And
So-
they choked. I
So-
will say they choked.
Who?
The Suns.
Yeah, they did.
100% choked.
So, what makes you think just by Kyrie and KD going to both that teams, what makes you think that's not even?
Because you have
Or-
KD. That's why. That's all I have to say. I don't even have to say anything. They have KD.
But KD didn't prove shit when he versed the Bucks last season.
He didn't face the Bucks. He faced us. The Celtics.
Oh, he didn't prove shit when he versed the Celtics.
You're right. But who do you have? But who do the Celtics have defensively, right? To put KD on a stop, right? We have Jason Tatum. We have Marcus Smart.
Last
we have
season.
Robert Williams as a rim protector.
Understandable.
We
but
have
KD
Jaylen
still
Brown.
got his points.
What?
KD still got his points, but it wasn't
KD
enough.
was literally averaging like 20 points maybe. A star averaging 20 points. That's sad. Right? Now, if you want to compare this and that he
Back
did,
to the point with Josh Green.
but if you want, Josh Green is not stopping KD.
If I'm telling you,
how tall is Josh Green? First of all,
6'6".
Josh Green. We're talking about the same Josh Green.
6'4"?
Are we talking?
Josh Green. You know what Josh Green I'm talking about, right?
I don't know who the fuck this is.
You don't know who he is?
I don't know who the fuck this is, right?
Oh, that's
But I will say,
I'm just saying that's sad.
I will
bro.
say,
You don't gotta be tall to be a good defensive player.
I don't give a fuck. But if you're 7'1", you're 7 feet fucking tall. You best believe I ain't getting slumped. I ain't getting clamped.
So you're
by
tell-
no 6'6" boy. Little man. That is a little man to him. That
KD
is,
got clamped by Marcus Smart.
That's different.
And he's smart, and he's smaller than Josh Green.
Okay, but that's different because Marcus Smart is an elite defender.
If
he
Green-
hasn't proved shit.
If Green
He hasn't proved shit.
if Green can keep his defensive where he is right now and upgrade from where he is right now,
100%.
he can stop KD.
100%. I give you the upside.
Just like Marcus Smart did.
I give you the upside because Marcus Smart did guard him all, but Marcus Smart wasn't guarding him the whole game. JT was. So Marcus Smart maybe had a couple of matchups with him. Marcus Smart wasn't always on him because KD would obviously shit on Marcus Smart just because of the size. You're telling me you're 7 feet. That's where you start. You feel me? You start there. 6'6". I'm touching the ceiling.
KD's
KD
at-
can touch the ceiling.
Okay,
Sitting down.
KD's at
On the floor.
KD's locked up the whole game. You're telling me Mavericks can't pull it out?
But who's locking him up is what I'm trying to say.
I'm telling you right now. If someone locks him, I'm asking you. If someone locks him up, you're telling me Mavericks can't win that game.
Okay, but who's locking KD up? You're not giving me any answer.
I'm not giving you an answer.
No,
I'm
that's
asking
like-
you a
bro,
hypothetical question.
No, but the hypothetical questions need to have some basis around.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it
I'm
does.
asking you a
That's
question.
that's like me
if
asking
Katie's
you,
locked up,
What's stopping me? What's stopping me from giving you a handshake right now? What's stopping me from giving nothing? There's nothing in my way to stop giving you a handshake.
you
right
can't think hypothetically.
now. No, I am thinking hypothetically.
Okay, so that's
I
my
can think
hypothetical question.
But a more
if
hypothetical
you have
question.
someone who locks up KD,
Okay.
KD's out that
Hypothetically.
game locked up.
That is-
hypothetically,
Bro, we're living on Mars right now. I just want to point that out. We're
it's
living
not
on
that
Mars.
serious. It's not
hypothetically.
that serious.
No, it is.
No,
it's KD,
not.
bro.
It's not that serious.
It's KD.
if someone locks up KD,
Okay.
which has been done
By
by
who?
you,
By who?
by you,
By who?
by your Celtics,
By who, though?
Marcus Smart.
No, that's where you're wrong because Marcus Smart was not guarding him the entire game. You
He
can't
didn't
say
guard him
Mar-
once.
I'm not.
He guarded him
but
most
that's
of the
a small
game.
No, he did not. You're telling
You're
me.
telling me Jason Tatum guarded KD the whole game,
Do you want to look at the highlights? We can watch the entire highlights. My wild love.
bro?
watching the Celtics.
No. There's
Jason
no,
Tatum
you're-
is the same-
No,
is-
you're bugging. Jason Tatum's not even that good defensively.
Dan, you're on
I'm just
you're on
kidding. I'm
fucking
just
Pluto,
kidding.
brother.
I'm glad you said you're kidding.
Sal, I'm asking you a hypothetical question. You
Yeah,
don't
your
have to have a
hypothetical
fact.
question fucking sucks, brother.
No, it doesn't.
Bro, it's
if
like
you
saying
have,
hypothetically,
bro,
what
if you, oh shit, if you
what if
have,
Alex Verdugo has a Mike Trout season? Okay, the motherfucker has a Mike Trout season. That doesn't make it Mike
Right,
Trout.
but it ain't gonna
that's
fucking
not,
happen.
that's
It
not the
doesn't.
same.
No, it is the same.
No,
because
it's not.
Alex Verdugo could have a Mike Trout season. Does that make him Mike Trout?
No,
Does that make
That
him
is
better
a
than Mike Trout?
realistic
but that's
comparison.
not even a
Your
good
hypothetical's
comparison.
a shit hypothetical.
That's
No.
a terrible
not
comparison.
But your hypothetical has to be somewhat real. Like, how do I say it?
Who's guarding KD?
Realistic, that's
it's
right.
as simple as that. Who's guarding KD? Who?
Who's guarding KD, my boy?
In
I-
that
The
game?
best player on the court, right?
That,
in that
I don't
game.
have to have
Okay,
an answer right now. I'm
okay.
asking you hypothetically. If the Dallas Mavericks find who can lock up KD,
Okay.
There's no
can the
answer.
Mavericks win that game?
No, because you have to worry about Devin
Crazy,
Booker
crazy.
again. You have to worry about Devin Booker.
They don't have to worry about him.
Why the fuck wouldn't you want to worry about Devin Booker?
Because they made him run for his money in the Mavs
because
Suns, and
who
the
was-
Suns choked.
Okay, but who else was scoring the ball to the capacity that Devin Booker was last year?
Who? Chris Paul?
Nobody.
Exactly.
Okay, so your point is let me get your point out. The fact is that
You're telling me you lock up KD and all you have is Devin Booker scoring a fucking ball, which Mavericks proved they can guard. You're telling me Mavs can't win the game.
But who are the Mavericks? Who did D Book guard, or who was guarded by D Book?
I don't know who the fuck was. Who guarded him?
I honestly don't know.
Dinwiddie? Dinwiddie? I don't know that.
Honestly,
I don't know that answer.
Bro,
That one I don't have for you.
Honestly,
That one I don't have for you.
okay, wait.
At least we're both in the same boat on that because I don't have an answer for it. I think it was
Wait,
Dinwiddie.
wait.
It has to be Dinwiddie.
Let's speak on this because I want to see Devin. Who the fuck was locking Devin Booker up? Please.
That's what I'm saying.
25 and 5 points. That's what he averaged.
And he still fucking lost. So someone had to be doing their due diligence on defense.
Okay. Nobody
So-
was locking him up. If you're averaging 25 points, nobody
That's
was locking
not
him
true. You can Devin Booker's a 25-hour scorer, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, in the playoffs, if he's the number one option, he should be scoring more, like Jason Tatum was. Or
I say
Jason
the Suns play
Tatum-
more team ball because you have Chris Paul as a ball hawk too.
yeah, but they still lost.
Okay, I'm not taking the.
So someone had to be
Oh.
stopping them.
Okay, but your whole claim was right.
I know that, but I'm
okay,
saying,
but-
asking you that. That's what I'm
okay,
saying.
But I'm getting to your claim, and then I'm getting to my claim. So I'm gonna get to your claim.
Okay.
Right. Your claim was that the Mavericks added Kyrie Irving, which is a better Jalen Brunson.
Yes.
100%. I agree with you.
Okay.
Right.
Good.
Right?
I'm glad we
And
can
they
agree
lost.
on that.
Okay. and the Mavericks beat the Suns, right?
Yes. With nobody, remind you, nobody.
Okay.
Besides Luca, Dinwiddie, Hardaway. I guess
Okay.
you could add.
Okay. Now, the Suns. This is a hypothetical question. Hypothetically, Chris Paul stays healthy like he did not last playoff season. I guess you're forgetting that Chris Paul wasn't healthy and he didn't play most of the games.
Alright, I'm gonna throw something back at you. Track record.
I'm sorry?
Track record.
Oh yeah, track record. But that's a good
Track
hypothetical.
record.
But that's a good hypothetical. Your hypothetical is if fucking Josh Green locks up the literally best natural scorer of all time. The
Is
nigga
it-
that could get you 30 points in fucking 13 seconds on some fucking Tracy McGrady shit.
But is it impossible if he
It's
proves his
more
defense?
impossible than Chris Paul staying healthy. I would bank on Chris Paul staying healthy in the playoffs than fucking Josh Green locking up KD, right? So Chris Paul, we're forgetting, wasn't healthy throughout the playoffs because he sat
Okay.
out through an entire series.
Okay.
And Devin Booker beat them.
Even
And
though
Devin Booker beat
even
them.
though Chris Paul wasn't healthy, even when Chris Paul is healthy, he can't fucking win playoffs.
Because
He
what?
can't.
He wasn't we're talking on track record now.
That's what I mean. When
Okay.
he's healthy, he
Well,
still can't win a
okay, so
fucking game.
if we're going on track record, who the fuck did Chris Paul ever have to win a thing? Ball hog James Harden?
Who did he ever have?
Yeah.
We want to
Who
talk
did he
about the
have?
Clippers team he had?
Who did he have?
Blake Griffin?
A dunker.
DeAndre Jordan?
A dunker. A rebounder.
That's a big three. What do you mean?
That's
That's
a
one of the big threes that
That's
failed.
a great big three. Two of them don't score at a high capacity.
Blake Griffin wasn't scoring at high capacity when Clippers
He was
back
not
then?
averaging at least 25 to help Chris Paul. Or not even
With the
say,
Clippers?
At least 20. You want to look it up?
Yeah, with the Clippers.
I'll maybe eat my words. Let's see if I eat my words. Blake Griffin.
Because they should have won a chip.
We're talking playoffs?
Yeah.
Okay. Playoff Clipper stats. Let's see if I eat my words.
Postseason?
Is Teddy stuck?
It's Teddy.
I might have to let him go see my parents.
Okay, so
They came back tonight.
let's go off the big sample sizes. So the because they got knocked out. They only had 6 games.
Okay.
You feel me? We're going off
Mhm.
14 and 13.
Okay.
So he had 25 and 5, right? 23 and 5 with 12.7 rebounds and 7.4. That's a great co-star. I will eat my words.
Okay. Serve DeAndre Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre Jordan. Clippers. What am I looking at? Playoff stats.
Playoff stats, Clippers.
Playoff stats. Let's see where they go.
He might have been scoring like 15 and got good rebounds.
Nah, these are fucking boring stats. Okay, let's see. Playoff averages. The year they went to 14 games. I'm guessing the WCF.
Guessing, yeah.
13-1 with 13 rebounds, 9 points. The year before, 9 points with 12 rebounds. So not bad. Not bad for a third option, right?
That's what I mean.
Okay. KD averages fucking 35. I don't give a fuck. D-Book averages 25. DeAndre Ayton can average 20 with 10 rebounds.
If he can.
No, he does.
If he can.
He does. You want to look at his thing record?
He does, but he doesn't do it consistently.
He's been to the playoffs like 1 or 2 years.
I'm talking about all the time. No
But-
matter
but
playoff.
but
In
that's what-
playoffs, he sucks.
No, he does not. Do you want to look up his record?
Bro,
Bro, we're looking
last
up-
season in playoffs, he sucked.
DeAndre Ayton
You know what? That's it. I'm fucking looking up highlights.
playoff.
Well, you know what? We'll watch some film, guys.
16.6 as a third option. 10.7.
Yeah,
And
but
1-3.
you want to know why I don't like that stat? Because you can score 16 games in one game, and you average that for the playoff season. You have to have a big drop in order for your average to go down.
Okay, so why are we taking Blake Griffin's into account?
Because Blake Griffin during Chris Paul and DeAndre Jordan era was doing that consistently. DeAndre Ayton can't do that consistently.
But he's been to the playoffs like one time.
Yes, but that's all.
You're going off
I'm
a
going
small
off regular
sample
season
size.
and last season postseason.
See, no, my point exactly, right? Look, this is my whole point.
Bro, I'm gonna watch film. I can't.
No. Your entire point is that the Mavs added,
Mavs first.
the Mavs upgraded, right? The Mavs upgraded from Jalen Brunson to Kyrie.
Yes,
But they
we agree
lost
on that.
But they lost Spencer Dinwiddie, right?
Yes.
Christian Wood, we've never seen in the playoffs. So how do you know he's gonna do good? So that's an X factor. Take him
Christian Wood, we have seen in the playoffs, have we not? No, I'm asking you. I don't know. I'm asking.
Rockets never been in the playoffs. He came up on the Rockets.
He never went to the playoffs with them?
Never
Really?
went to the playoffs. They've been
Okay.
asked for the past since.
I didn't know that, so that's
since
why I was
Harden left. They've
asking.
been trash. Maybe he played with the Harden era. Maybe.
You hear that shit all in the mic right now.
Right? Now you're telling me that you add Chris Paul, who can stay healthy and has a track record of not staying healthy. Hypothetically, if he can stay healthy, he's a good 15-point average with 10 assists. Let's just go off those two because I'm not even gonna count fucking rebounds. And he's a great. I don't want to say great defender, but he can get steals here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Then you have D-Book, who's gonna average 25, probably even more this year because he's more conditioned. Probably, he's always progressing. He's gonna average 25 with 7 rebounds and at least 4 assists, or maybe 7 assists, 4 rebounds, give or take. I'm just going off his last year numbers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you add KD, whose track record has averaged 35 in the fucking playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
With, it doesn't matter, fucking 7 rebounds. He could go out there and put up straight zeros, 0 free throws, fucking.
Who, Aiden?
No, KD. He could
Okay.
put 0 free throws, 0 assists, 0 turnovers, 0 this. It doesn't matter. He could do 0 minutes and score 35 points, and it doesn't matter, which makes no fucking sense. But that's what I'm trying to say, the impact that KD can have on a team. He almost took a team to the playoffs. I mean, to the finals by himself. Kyrie was not playing. He lost by stepping on the line of a three-pointer. That's why he lost. I don't know if he missed a shot.
I don't remember.
I don't think they would have made it a big. I don't think they would have made it a big deal though, if he stepped on the line.
So look, in this right now, you have Mikal Bridges on Luka.
Okay.
Who's guarding Luka now?
Who's guarding Luka now? I really don't have an
Chris
answer.
Paul.
I really don't. Nah, probably D-Book. D-Book is an
He's
above average
he's
defender.
above average defender. Yes.
Okay. Nobody's guarding Kyrie.
Trying to see who's guarding D Book. Why won't you just show me fucking D Book? Reggie Bullock is gonna guard D Book if they play
they don't
again.
even have Reggie Bullock anymore.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
They still do.
They have Reggie Bullock?
Yeah, they still do. They didn't trade him.
No, I don't think. I thought he was not. He wasn't on the team anymore. He's still on the Mavericks.
So you got him guarding D Book,
Reggie.
or you put Reggie Bullock on Kevin Durant.
That boy Reggie Bullock is not.
What's his defensive stats?
Don't matter. I'm not looking that shit up.
Well, that does matter if he's playing
I
good
think-
defense.
He's not. He's not.
He's better than Josh Green on him, is he not?
What? It doesn't matter. Nobody's guarding KD. Like,
Bro, you're bugging.
I don't think you.
Anybody can
understand.
guard. Anybody can guard KD.
Oh my.
KD can get the best of you, but one player's not going to be able to beat you.
Okay, so let's look up Since we want to get technical, let's look up Reggie Bullock's defensive stats. 117. I don't even know if that's fucking good or not.
1-7. I don't
That's
know how
pretty
the fuck
fucking bad, I
defensive ratings, how they go.
Yeah, defensive rating is 117. Let's look up D-Books. If it's higher, then we know it's better.
Is it higher or lower
I
in
think it's lower
defense?
because the points.
Yeah, I think it's lower.
Devin Booker defensive.
So what was Reggie's? What did you just say?
117.
117? 117.
Right.
Higher or lower?
This season 115.2. This season because of injuries.
So 2 numbers off.
All right, let's look up
That is the same player.
this season.
Defensively.
Reggie Bullock hasn't been injured. Devin Booker has. Let's look up last season. Defensive.
Search up last season because he was guarding him then.
First, I want to look up how defensive.
How you doing over there, Zach?
Chill,
How you feeling?
chilling.
I felt removed from this conversation for the past 2 35 minutes.
Oh yeah.
How you feeling? You feeling removed as well?
Same way. Yeah.
It doesn't have fucking.
Last season, really?
I should. Let's see.
Ads. Fucking ads, Dan.
112.
Who? Reggie?
D-Book.
Oh.
Playoffs. In the playoffs, too, which is a higher scoring game.
Can you find Reggie's from playoffs?
Reggie Bullock. Defensive ratings. Playoffs.
Let me just. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can find tape from a Mavs game recently. Versus a good team.
That makes no sense.
What?
It says Reggie Bullock had a defensive rating of 114 in the 2021 playoffs, but he was playing for the Knicks. So Reggie Bullock wasn't even on the court.
Let's see. 2 days ago, Mavs versus Clippers, and the Mavs beat them.
I know the Mavs beat him.
So that's what I mean. Even though you I don't yes, KD's a threat. I agree with you 100%.
But
I-
the Suns have more offensive threats, though. That's what I'm trying to get at you. Is the Suns don't have enough defensive players? to
Look,
compete.
Josh Green's fucking starting, and he's on Kawhi.
That's okay, but who else is gonna guard that? You don't want Doncic guarding that. Who else is gonna guard that? Who's?
But that's what I mean. If Josh Green can hold his own against KD, the Mavs have a good chance of winning.
But Josh Green, you put him on another team, he's probably not the best defender. You put him
Agreed.
on Oklahoma City Thunder,
Agreed,
he's
but
not
he
the best
works with
defender.
the Mavs on defense.
Okay, he works with the Mavs on defense, but that's because bro, I don't think you understand. Jay Crowder was a big piece in the Suns.
Hey, he's gone now.
You throw him on any other team, what the fuck is he? Another Grant Williams? And Grant Williams is not even, because that's an overstatement, because I don't even think fucking he's that good, to be honest. But that's what I'm saying is the Suns have more offensive threats and not enough defensive threats to pick apart the Suns. Because KD on himself just showed 2 years ago that he can't be guarded. Last year, he was guarded by the best defensive team in the league. And it showed we were the best defense with a chip on our shoulder. Dallas Mavericks aren't the best defensive team in the league. I want to look
I don't disagree with you on
at
there.
Dallas. Let's look at the Mavericks defensive rating. 2022. I honestly don't.
Who's he guarding? I didn't see who he was guarding in that play. Come on, who's he guarding? Where is he?
The Dallas Mavericks are tied 11th for the top defense in the league. It's a big jump.
Phoenix is one of them.
Phoenix is 8th.
8th.
Or so I'm seeing here. If you want to check it. But that's what I'm saying is yeah, it comes down to defense at the same time, but the Suns were more equipped. I'll say this, the Suns were more equipped. The Suns were more equipped last year defensively than they are now.
Mm-hmm.
But it shows that offense can outweigh the defense. Sometimes. I'm not saying you could win it all, but you know what I'm saying? The Warriors, I didn't know, had top 3 defenses in the league.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And they clamped our shit.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always possibility. That's a better hypothetical you should say. Is you get me? It doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck about ratings. It's how you play in the playoffs.
Yeah, I know.
Because look at the fucking Nets when they had D'Lo.
Mm-hmm.
They made it to the playoffs and they were doing pretty good.
Because of
Look at-
D'Lo.
Look at the Cavs. The Cavs last year, they weren't supposed to make it that far. And they had a great run.
Uh-huh.
You get me? So it's I don't really give a fuck about ratings because there's a whole bunch of shit. But when I'm getting down to the specifics, it's bro, you have KD, who's a top 5 player in the league. You have D-Book, who's arguably a top 10 player in the league. You have the best assist machine in the league when he's healthy. And you have a top 5 big man in the league. As per, Mavs have a top 5, maybe arguably top 3 point guard in the league. just because Kyrie's been in and out. You know what I'm saying, right? And then
Kyrie's
you have
still top 10
a
though.
top 3 player in the league with no defense and no third option, no reliable third option. That's all I'm saying. It's just offensively, the Suns are going to be scary. And if they can add people, maybe like Terrence Ross on the buyout market, they can add, like, who's on the buyout market right now that the Suns can pursue since they gave up so many.
Well, I think the Mavericks are pursuing Terrence Ross.
Yeah, I just saw that too, which is crazy. They can get Russell Westbrook. I don't think it'll work, but Russell Westbrook is pretty good defensively. Come off the bench, he's a great spark plug.
Russell Westbrook's supposed to go to the Clippers.
Yeah, I heard that too. Will Barton, great shooter.
He's a free agent.
Yeah.
Oh, he
great
got
shooter.
bought out, didn't he?
Yeah, he got bought out by the Wizards. Patrick Beverly.
He's a buyout.
He's
He's a buyout, right?
Magic are working on it, but he said he's open to staying. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you plug in these players next to Luka Doncic and Kyrie, yeah, they could work. But you plug in Will Barton next to KD and D Book, you put Patrick Beverly in that mix. You're telling me Patrick Beverly? You're telling me not even a starting 5. Chris Paul, D Book. Let's say KD, TJ Warren. I'm forgetting about TJ Warren. TJ Warren is a great defensive player.
Is he getting bought out though?
No, he got traded with the Nets. He got traded with the KD deal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is he staying or is he getting bought
No, he's
out?
staying. He's staying. He's gonna be the number 4. I mean the number 3, or number 4 if KD's gonna stay at the 3. So your starting lineup is Chris Paul, Devin Booker, T.J. Warren, KD could intertwine, and then you have DeAndre Ayton. Coming off the bench, you have Landry Shamet, who's shown he's a spark plug and he could score.
Uh-huh.
You have Cameron Payne, who's when he's on, but when he's off, he's off. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I can't name you any other person. You get me? With the Mavericks, it's like Luka Doncic, Kyrie, Luka Doncic, Hardaway, Christian Wood, Bertans? No. I just think it looks smoother on paper. You have KD on your team, it just looks smoother. You plug what team can
It's smoother, but does it work?
But
That's what you
I'm
gotta
saying.
see.
But why does, if anything, I think KD will work better in that system than Kyrie would work in Dallas. Just because, like, I feel like the Suns are like a plug and play now that they gave up Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson, because Mikal Bridges was literally in the way of KD. Yeah, you got better defensively, but pick some guys up. T.J. Warren is not a bad defender. KD is atrocious.
You just can't get ejected.
Yeah. Devin Booker is a good defender. Chris Paul is a defensive liability, but that's what, if you want an assist machine, you're gonna have to give something up. DeAndre Ayton's a great rebounder and rim protector. I'll say average rim protector, great rebounder, and he could give you 15. So you have 4 players that could give you at least 15 points, I should say, because Ayton and Chris Paul's . So at least 15 points. Christian Wood consistently could give you 15 points, I should say. 15, I'll give you that. Kyrie could give you at least 20, and Doncic could give you 30. KD could give you 35. Easy. 30 easily. Just like Doncic can. Devin Booker could give you 25. And he could go for 30.
Kyrie can give you 30 easily.
Yeah, he can. Now you have Chris Paul that can give you 15 and assists. So Kyrie's going to have to play that double enchilada right there, which Luka does a very good job in, so I don't think Kyrie would have to. I think Kyrie's there to be a offensive spark plug, you know. I don't think he has to be that playmaker, because Kyrie's a great finisher. But that's my take. I think the Suns just look better on paper. Maybe they don't work out, but that's all hypotheticals. But I think on paper they look better than the Mavs do right now.
I don't disagree
Just because I
there.
think both teams lost out. You feel me? But who lost out on bigger pieces?
Yeah.
In my case, I think the Suns lost out on bigger pieces because Cam Johnson, great 3-point shooter, and Mikal Bridges, top 3 defender in the league. But you also have KD that makes up all that, but takes a big chunk out of that. That's all I gotta say. The Mavericks lost Spencer Dinwiddie and Jalen Brunson. That's 2 spark plugs, and they plugged in one player, Kyrie. That's on and off, but he can give you 30, but he's on and off. That's all I gotta say. But if I do see that Western Conference Finals matchup, that'd be the greatest fucking matchup of all time. Well, in the past 5 years, I would say. But all I gotta say is, none of this fucking matters just because the Celtics are gonna win. Who gives a fuck? Oh my god, I completely forgot. I lost sight of that. The Celtics are gonna win the chip, literally.
You're losing to the Bucks.
You're stupid as fuck. Stupid as fuck. We just beat the Sixers, and I'm not saying the Sixers are a good team.
Sixers.
We beat the Sixers without 4 starters.
I don't know what you're looking for from me. I couldn't give.
What does that
less of
tell
a
you?
shit.
Okay, the Yankees
Listen,
beat the Red
we're-
Sox in a
we're-
5-game series without Judge,
I get it. I
without
get where you're
Judge.
going from.
Stay in whatever shit bucket you want to throw on the
To
Yankees.
me,
on
my
it.
money's already on Boston, so you're not changing my mind.
Air 5 right here, brother. Yeah,
You got mine.
right, 100%.
I don't know who's.
So yeah, that shit
stopping
doesn't matter
team.
because the Celtics are gonna win, and that's stamped.
I don't know who's stopping that team. So.
Clippers. If they make it.
Nah, the Clippers are nice. We haven't even talked about the Clippers.
Uh,
There you go.
that's why I'm watching this tape, because Dallas is holding their own against them. So I don't see them not doing against Phoenix.
This is without Bones Highland.
For who?
This is without. I'm not saying he's good, but he's a double machine, and I know that because I bet. Mason Plumlee, double machine. It doesn't matter. He's doing what he got to do. You don't got to.
Is he staying?
Who? Mason Plumlee? Hell
Yes,
yeah.
he's staying.
They traded like straight up for him. Like usually, like they'll give up a player. They'll give up a big player to the other team so they could get a smaller player for a buyout, or like a player with a big contract so they could just buy him out. But yeah, Mason Plumlee is there. Clippers roster.
All I can say is we got to see what happens for playoffs.
Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Norman Powell, Vika Zubac, Terrence Mann, Marcus Morris Sr., I don't know what the fuck that is, Robert Covington, Brandon Boston, Nicholas Batum, Eric Gordon, Mason Plumlee, and Bones Highland. That's a scary fucking team. If they could stay. And then they might add Russell Westbrook. My boy. You think the Mavs getting past that? You think the Mavs gonna get past that?
Who?
You think the Mavs gonna get past that? This is without like 3 of the players that they just.
They're doing that without Luka too.
Who's on the court for them?
Kyrie, Christian Wood,
No, I'm talking about like the thing. Oh,
Norman Powell, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard,
I see Kawhi. Where's Kawhi?
Morris. Oh, Maine's in right now.
Kawhi's right there.
Maine, Paul George, Kawhi, Morris. Who was the other guy I just said? Norman Powell.
And that was on the Mavericks. That's that.
Kyrie, Powell, Tim Hardaway, Josh Green, and Reggie Bullock.
Yeah. That team is winning a fucking playoff series. We don't give a fuck about a regular season game. We lost 3 times to the Orlando Magic. You think they're seeing us in a 7-game series? You're stupid.
Who?
The Celtics lost 3. We have not beat the Orlando Magic. You think they're seeing us in a 7-game series?
That's different for playoff for them. Celtics are always on their shit during playoffs.
Okay, and the Mavericks.
Clippers.
You're going off one season with the Mavericks.
This
The
Clippers.
Clippers have never stayed healthy.
This can happen any time with the Clippers. That's why it's different for that.
That's
Different
false.
scenario.
No, that's
No,
false.
it's not.
No, it's not. It is. It is false because the Clippers have not played a healthy playoff series with all their players yet. So you can't really say that.
They're playing healthy now.
Okay, but then if we're going off regular season, that's bullshit because the Orlando Magic can basically beat us in a 7-game series, right? This is one game.
They can,
They could beat us in a.
but I don't think Orlando Magic's gonna make it to the playoffs. So
No, but I'm saying since they beat us 3 times in a row, they could beat us. Let's say let's just put them into 5th place, and we have to face them in the first round. They could beat us.
and you're fourth.
No, and we're first. Or let's say they're a play-in team and they make it the 10th. They're the 10th.
You won't
fucking
play
team.
them.
Yeah, we would.
If they're fifth and you're first,
I'm talking about. It doesn't matter when we play them. I'm talking about. Let's put them into last place. They're the last place contender, and we're first.
Yeah.
We would face them. You're telling me they beat us in a 7-game series?
they'll probably give it a 7-game series. I think you win 7 games.
You think the Orlando Magic beat the Celtics in a 7-game playoff?
If they could beat you in the regular season, they could
no,
do it in the postseason too.
No.
Why?
No. That's
Why?
One, you're talking about pre-trade deadline where they picked up players, and two, if we're going off regular season, right? We're just going off regular season. Then I'm getting off topic here, but
I'm asking you.
The Yankees have a horrible track record against the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah.
Against in the playoffs, but what happens? Yeah, wipe us during the regular season.
Yeah.
Wipe, like you guys wipe us.
Yeah.
You guys are the better team. And what happens in the playoffs? Y'all always get shitted on when y'all face us. Always. Why? Because the playoffs is a different breed. So you're telling me niggas that's never been to the playoffs, like the Orlando Magic, are gonna beat the Celtics in a 7-game series. Where Tatum has been to the playoffs 4 out of 5 times of his career. No, I think he's been to the playoffs every single year. I don't think he's missed one single year without playoffs. Maybe his first year. No, I don't think it was his first year because he went to the Eastern Conference Finals his first year, which is insane.
All I gotta say is,
I go on all day.
it's
You're going off
basketball.
You're going off one game, and I'm going off realistically.
We can't compare any sport to basketball. We can't.
Why not?
Like I said before, Mavs beat the Suns.
There's guys. You said the Mavs beat the Suns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good and all.
Suns wiped the Mavs in the regular season last year.
The Cavs literally pulled off the best comeback series in a NBA championship in a NBA Finals.
Yeah, I
history.
agree.
Were the Warriors?
And the Warriors wiped the Cavs.
Were the Cavs better than the Warriors on paper?
No.
Okay, my exact point. Niggas choke.
Orlando Magic isn't better on paper than the Boston Celtics. Can they win? Yes.
But niggas choke. That's true.
I know they choke, but if you can beat them in the regular season, you could do the same in the postseason. You're versing the exact same team. That's why it's different.
Okay. I get it that you're going off of sample sizes from.
No, I'm not going off sample size. I'm going
no, you
off.
are. You're talking about.
I'm going
the
off
regular
everything.
Season. You're talking about the regular season.
Because it leads into it.
Okay.
So if Orlando Magic beat you 3 times in the regular season, why can't they beat you in the playoffs?
I never said they can't beat us. Is it
That's
realistic?
what I mean.
Is it
Yes.
realistic? No, it's not.
Off their regular season, yes, it is.
Off the regular season, yes, but is it realistic that a team that's never been to the playoffs could beat a team that's literally gonna come ready to play? Plus, all of the times that we played the Magic, we don't even put our starters in. Not even put our starters in, but JT plays, but who the fuck is taking the Magic seriously, bro? That is literally every game that we play, 1 or 2 starters is out just because they need. That's the rest game that they need. Nobody takes that fucking Orlando Magic seriously.
So you can't go off that then.
No, you're right. But I can go off of if the fact is that hypothetically, which is a better hypothetical than you said, if all of our starters are in, we're whooping their fucking ass. Inside out. In a 7-game series.
Okay, that's different. If you got all your starters, then yeah.
Now, do you think the Dallas Mavericks are better than the Bucks? The year that they won. The year that they won the championship. Do you think the Mavericks could have beat that Bucks team?
No.
Okay, KD did that by himself. Now you add D-Book.
KD did what by himself?
KD won that. KD literally brought them to a Game 7 series. Missed because he stepped on the line.
Yeah.
Missed winning the game because he stepped on the line. Not because he didn't make it. Because he stepped on the line and it counted as a 2-pointer instead of a 3.
Yeah. But did he win?
Okay, but I'm telling you why he lost. Is because
he can
stepping
lose all
on
he
the
wants.
line, it wasn't his ability.
He can step on the line no matter what, but did he win?
Okay,
No.
okay. Did the Mavericks win anything?
They beat the Suns last year,
Okay,
which is
but-
a good step.
But when did the Mavericks even like?
What?
The Mavericks won in the second round?
Versus Suns?
Yeah.
Was it second round? Yeah, it had to be.
Got wiped by the Warriors.
Wait, what? Last season?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know who they versed
They
last
did.
season.
They lost in the second round
Was the
because
Warriors?
the Warriors won last year. So they faced them in the Western Conference Finals. Got wiped. Literally wiped.
I'm trying to remember. Was it the
So,
Warriors?
It was. The
It
Warriors
had to be
faced the
the Warriors,
Celtics.
right?
The Warriors faced the Celtics. That was the first time they went to the WCF. Luka. So you go off that. Just because the Warriors are 12th and they're not healthy, well, and literally 4 games is not even. They're still 7th. They're still playoff contending. It's the Lakers that are 12th. That you're betting on. You're telling me
Who?
the Warriors
Who am
are
I betting
literally-
on?
what?
Who am I betting on?
I'm saying that you said that you're not betting on the Lakers to come back and make a possible playoff run because they're too low when only 4 games separate them, right?
No, I don't think they can make a playoff push, but I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. That's what I meant. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. I think they'll get close, but I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs.
Okay, but what's separating them is 4 games. That's literally it.
Yeah, but it's been that way for like 5 months.
That's great because it's still 4 games.
Yeah, but it's been that way for 5 months.
Okay, but exactly.
That's not a good sign.
No, that's a great sign. Just because every other team is losing by now, you should be the 12th team. Should be like what, at least 7-8 games back, and you're only 4. That's doable. You literally go on a 5-game win streak, and okay, let's
12? Maybe 4.
What?
I say 4 is usual for a 12th spot because you can make the play in now with 10 at 10. That's why.
But look at so let's go to the 12th. So the 12th Pacers are 16 game backs from number 1. They are where the Warriors are. They're 6 games back. That's 2 whole games. That's a big difference.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
That's what I'm saying. The Eastern Conference by now, I said, you should be around 6. I said 6 to 8 games back. The Pacers are 6 games back from where the 12th. They're in 12th seed where the Lakers are. They're 6 games back from the 7th seed where the Warriors are.
I agree.
So it's possible. It's a possibility.
I agree.
And you said the Warriors.
I just don't like the East comparison because
The East is what?
East is like,
Wobbly.
yeah,
No, I get you 100%, but that's what I'm trying to say is like
because like the East
the
is
12th
like
thing team should be like 6 games back.
because
What I'm
like
saying is the Western Conference. That's a good sign because everyone is so competitive. The 12th team, the Lakers right now can compete with maybe the 5th seed. You feel me? That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say they'll win, but that's what I'm trying to. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, yeah, the Dallas Mavericks beat the Suns, but are they beating the Warriors? And your whole thing is going to the finals. If Kyrie could win a finals, you have to get past some serious shit. Some serious shit. You have to.
I never said they can win the finals.
No, I'm saying you banked on the fact is that. That's why I was asking. I was like, why do you think why are you so high on the Mavericks winning the finals?
I'm not high on them win the finals, but I
but
said they
you were
can
bringing
beat the
up the
Suns.
But I'm saying before this you were talking about if they can win it all, that's a win, 100%.
Yeah, for them, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
If they win,
But
I'm not banking on them winning.
No, I'm not saying you're. Let me reword that. I'm not saying you're banking on them winning, but why are you so high on the Mavericks going to the finals or even winning at that point? Why do you think it's a possibility for them to win just because they added Kyrie?
Because Kyrie's a big ad for them.
But it doesn't matter.
Offensively,
It
yes.
doesn't matter if you add Kyrie. Kyrie is not the X factor to beat the Warriors.
So then that goes for the same with the Suns. It don't matter if you add KD.
KD is not in the same boat as Kyrie. You're telling me KD has the same impact?
No,
than
but
Kyrie.
they're top players in the league. So
KD
if you're
is
adding
a-
a top player in the league,
No.
it shouldn't matter then.
KD is a top 5. No.
Kyrie's a top
KD
3-point
is
guard.
a arguably top 3 scorer in the league.
Kyrie's top 10 top scorer in the league.
Arguably,
No.
I could
No.
name 10 people that probably score better than Kyrie.
All right, name your 10 people, then we'll end it.
Jason Tatum, Giannis, Jokic, Pascal Siakam.
Fine.
Oh, okay. Shai Gilgeous, Luka Doncic. Who else are we talking about here?
You're forgetting a big name. I'm surprised you didn't say him yet.
Devin Booker,
No.
LeBron James.
Yeah.
I'll put Anthony Davis scoring healthy.
Okay, right now.
Okay, right now, so take Anthony Davis out. I have 8. All right. Then we have. I'm gonna fucking say it. Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is him. Is Timothy. right? Let's see who else are we saying.
I say Kyrie takes that 10 spot.
You think Kyrie takes that 10 spot? Nah, I don't think so. Joel Embiid, James Harden. Joel Embiid, James Harden.
I feel like no, I don't know about James Harden now.
Joel Embiid.
Now,
Joel
James
Embiid.
Harden.
Joel Embiid. I'm just not in order, but those are just 10 players that score better than him right now. DeMar DeRozan is a better scorer right now than Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
Let's see who else. Nuggets. John Morant is a better scorer than Kyrie Irving right now. Yes. Yeah, his little spiel and his little fucking whatever, this and that. Did I say KD? I probably already said KD.
Mm-hmm. You said KD already.
Kawhi. Averages 25.
So you gotta put Kyrie in there, then.
Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Steph Curry. Who else? In the beginning of the season, I would have put Lauri Markkanen in, but not so much. But I named at least. That's what I'm saying. I named at least 12 people that are
So where's Kyrie ranking top scoring?
top
30?
15, top 15 in the league. Scoring top 15 in the league. Maybe, because I'm not even picking everyone. We're not
Maybe.
even going through the niggas. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. KD is top 3. It goes.
All right.
All right, gentlemen.
Just gonna wait till the playoffs.
Let's wait till the playoffs.